Yes, are we going? Yes. Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? Welcome back to yet another Sister to Sister. For those of you that are new citizens and have acquired your passports, welcome to the first Sister to Sister episode of 2022. How are you guys? Are we excited about this new year? We're coming strong. It's a fresh page and we have aspirations, we have goals. What are we going to do with this year? That is one thing that I have learned. No matter what happens, 2022 will come and tap you on the shoulder and ask you, what did you do with me? Sure, as I'm sitting here and looking at you, in your sitting rooms, in your offices, in the tube station, on the plane, 2022 will tap you on the shoulder and ask you, what did you do with me? Let us spend our time well. December of this year, we have to have spent our time well. And that is what brings me back up to yet another episode at this stage of the game, because I think I've done 2 already, of Tristan and the Khloe Kardashian saga. So let me start here. Tristan put up a notice onto his Instagram stories where he had confirmed for everybody to know that the child born to him from another woman was actually his. Listen. Today, paternity test results reveal that I fathered a child with Maralee Nichols. I take full responsibility for my actions. Now that paternity has been established, I look forward to amicably raising our son. I sincerely apologize to everyone I've hurt or disappointed throughout this ordeal, both publicly and privately. Khloe, you don't deserve this. You don't deserve the heartache and humiliation I have caused you. You don't deserve the way I have treated you over the years. My actions certainly have not lined up with the way I view you. I have the utmost respect and love for you, regardless of what you may think. Again, I am incredibly sorry. I was going to add a piece and I'm going to add it until the next time. Because now he has how many babies? Darling Tristan has 3 beautiful children, a boy, a girl. I think this one from Maralee is also a boy. Beautiful children from 3 women. We have to break this all down because I have so many issues with even the statement. Starting with paternity test results reveal that I fathered a child with Maralee Nichols. The statement there again is so insulting. Paternity test results show that I fathered a child with Maralee Nichols. You don't need a paternity test. If you slept with Maralee Nichols without any protection, then you are fully responsible for whatever seed you left inside of her that turned into a child. You don't need a paternity test. Now that you've had the cookies, you've had the honey, you've had the fun, you want to walk away without any responsibility to her. All of a sudden, we are now very formal, Maralee Nichols. But when you were in bed kissing up on her and all kinds, it wasn't Maralee Nichols. It was that I love you, I adore you, I can't live without you, please don't leave me. Khloe doesn't mean anything to me, you mean everything to me. I try to tell you every single time, you have to be careful. Take the sleeping out of the equation and know the guy. Because when you drag it out, it's either he's ready to go with you and be patient or be impatient and really show his peacock feathers who he is. This is the 3rd episode I am doing. Because why? because Tristan gives me every excuse to do the episode. To show that the prior 2 episodes were not mistakes. The prior 2 episodes means you can't give this guy a chance. Because there comes a time, and I have learned this, and this is for Khloe. There comes a time after you have tried, when you've done that struggle love, where you've been by your man, you've supported your man, you've gone through all of that. You've gone through the room of crazy. You've really gone through it. You don't know why you're doing it, but you can't help yourself. You can't stop yourself. You excuse his actions away. You put yourself second, third, fourth, fifth, last. Even your daughter. But there comes a time, it's like a wake-up call. It's like an aha moment. And sometimes you don't even know that it's coming. When you realize that this is the end of the road. I'm not saying this for Khloe. Maybe Khloe is not even there yet. I'm just saying it for you guys. There comes a time when if you continue banging on the wall repeatedly, hoping and praying for a different result, you become the crazy one. You become the crazy one. Tristan is who he is. I am not surprised at all. I am not surprised that he's had a third. Perhaps I'm a little surprised that it's only the third, because there's a fourth coming, there's a fifth coming, because Tristan is reckless. Because when Tristan is in the moment and he wants something, he will go for it. Damn the consequences, I can afford it. I'm a basketball player, I'm a star. And if I have Khloe who will tolerate my nonsense, then she's encouraging me, because she will always take me back. Because on the flip side, there's always that girl who will say, I can get him for 18 years and that sure as hell sounds good to me in relation to what I can do for myself. That works for me. There will always be that girl that will step in your place, step on top of you, kick you, push you, shove you to the side, and take your man. Why not? And so here we are. And he goes on to say, I now look to establish amicably raising our son. But Tristan is getting away with all of this, really and truly. There is not a woman on the face of this earth in LA. Okay, let's narrow it down. At least in America, in California, on the East Coast, on the West Coast, that doesn't know that Tristan has fathered a couple of children, that he has been in and out of a relationship with Khloe, that until you see it publicly that they've broken up, before you say, okay, fine, Tristan, you and I can have a little something. And even then, why would you? You can see the track record of how he has treated other women. He's going to treat you the same, and perhaps even worse. There's not a single bad thing I'm going to say about Tristan. Absolutely not. Because he shows us who he is. He shows us every single time. And here he is, back into the news, not about basketball, but about his private life. He doesn't care. He really doesn't care. And he will try and get gag orders here and there to hush it up. And you know, while I'm sitting down here, it just occurred to me, these are the women that we know of. What about the other women that he's hushed up on the side and we don't know about, and they're too timid, scared, or afraid to get the money cut out of their hands for them to even say anything, and so they're just keeping quiet and taking that regular check on a monthly basis, and they're like, we are good here. We don't even know. That's Tristan for you. He has shown us time and time and time again. And then Khloe will put up a picture. He will publicly say, oh, I love you, I want you. And Khloe will be there, with her heart fluttering. Oh, he loves me, he likes me, he this. Khloe, no. I said it in my first episode about you guys. You have a child with Tristan. You don't have a family with him. You hooking up with him during COVID. Let's all stay together as one happy family. I get it. I get it. I'm a mother too. And I think most moms, I don't want to say all moms, you really put yourself aside for your child. So can I see myself also doing what Khloe did in the early stages? Yes. Because you're not sure yet. But what you are sure of is that you love your child and you want your child to be happy and you want your child to have that security because you are a protector for your child. And that is where you now really have to sit down now and think, really what is good for my child in the big spectrum of things, a girl for that matter. Khloe, everything you do, you are directly telling your daughter what to do. Because as children, as I'm finding out, same thing with Adrian, you can tell them one thing, they'll do something else. But Adrian copies me. Everything I do, he'll copy. Because that's what he sees. It's the same thing with us. When we go onto the shade room, it's what we see. That is why the call to attention message is right there in white. The font is big. So that when you're reading it, you get the gist of it before you break down to say, you know what, let me read the description so I can get all of the details. But a quick flip-flop, we just see it right there. And you get all of the details. Khloe, Tristan doesn't love you. I have to read it again. Yep. You don't deserve this. He's absolutely right. You don't deserve the heartache and humiliation I caused you. He's absolutely right. You don't deserve the way I have treated you over the years. He's absolutely right. My actions certainly have not lined up with the way I view you. He's telling lies. I have the most utmost respect and love for you. He's telling lies. Ooh. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay. Packages. Yes. Regardless of what you may think again, I am incredibly sorry. He's telling lies. At this point in time, familiar territory. He's telling lies. Absolutely. He does not respect you. Not at all. He doesn't love you. Not at all. He's not sorry. Not at all. From the moment that he looked at Maralee and he had lust for her, he cheated on you. From the moment he picked up the phone and talked to Maralee, he was cheating on you. From the moment he jumped into the car to meet Maralee, he cheated on you. From the moment that he slept with her and left his seed inside of her, he betrayed you. Like he betrayed all the other women before you. Tristan left a woman that was 7 months pregnant. 7 months pregnant to be with you. She kind of dodged the bullet. I've talked about it before. Because any decent individual, I do not care what the relationship was. Even if it had ended, you would stay with her. You will keep her dignity intact up at least until after she had given birth. You will stay with her throughout the pregnancy. It is your child. She's in a very delicate, fragile situation. When I was pregnant, I didn't announce until I was 30 weeks. I loved the experience of pregnancy. And I also realized how fragile and delicate I was. And we kept it private, of course, because I had miscarried, I think 4 times prior. I was older also. And so I was just handled so very delicately because I needed it. I was extremely fragile. I cannot imagine, they're always calling me. They're always calling me. I cannot imagine. I can't imagine it. That I would be pregnant and my partner would leave me. It must have been the loneliest feeling in the world. Khloe, I can't imagine that you would think that that is okay. And then you step in and say, oh yes, let me date you, and yes, you know, let him come over and all of that. Now you're in those shoes, not pregnant, but you have a child, and he has stepped out on you a couple of times with other girls. We've talked about this. I think the girl was in some kind of a band or whatever. That was what, 2020 or 2021? I don't remember. And here he is again. There's nothing to be said. Khloe, you don't deserve this, and I think that you really need to soul search. You have to stop this because you're hurting yourself. But not only are you hurting yourself, you're hurting your daughter. Don't let her see this constantly. It is not okay. It is not, I repeat, okay. If you need to go into therapy and find out why you just allow this for yourself. You're beautiful, you're smart, you are. And I think that you're kind, you're loving, and you deserve somebody that truly loves you. You're trying so hard to have another sibling with him so that it can look all nice and neat in a society, you understand, that doesn't know your life. Neither I, as a matter of fact. But what we do know is that your private life has become a public joke. Let it go. Find somebody else. Be with somebody else that loves and respects you and loves your daughter and understands the word sacred. Can you imagine, Khloe? You're sleeping with Tristan. Can you imagine? And Tristan is sleeping with somebody else without protection and coming back to sleep with you. And he says that, yes, I have the utmost respect for you. As a matter of fact, when I looked onto the shade room, the comments were hilarious, but they were really and truly accurate. I'm going to read some of them for you. I don't ever want anyone to have the same utmost respect he has for her, for me. Nobody wants your situation. You remember who said that? Nobody wants your situation, Khloe. Yeah. And at the time you were thinking, oh, she was such a bad girl. She ruined your family. Here we are. How many years later? Still, Khloe, nobody wants your situation. We knew that before the test. Next caller. When a man says you deserve better, believe them. The man be in the news for everything but basketball. Damn. Well, Khloe kept saying she wanted True to have another sibling. Do you see how this goes? He left his first baby mama dead smack in the middle of her pregnancy for Khloe. Cheats on Khloe multiple times and has a baby on her. He is not sorry. This is his pattern. She allowed it though, so hey. And him and Khloe named the baby Truth when all he did is lie, child. This apology was an embarrassment. He's so embarrassing. Not one person is shocked. And it goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on different platforms all over the place. At the end of the day, guys, here's what I tell you. This is an insurance on your happiness. This is an insurance on your mental health. Take all of the glam. Take all of the glam away, whatever he can give you. And look for a decent guy. A decent guy that will love you and respect you. Because it is so important before you have a child with this man. When I was pregnant, it was so beautiful. I was growing and I could see the baby. Up until I felt Adrian move. And everything shifted. Everything shifted. This was a human being I had to protect. You never realize it. You're fighting for one thing until you have the child and then you realize you're fighting for something completely different that is not even money related, because you never realize how much you're going to love that child And all of a sudden, anything that hurts that child kills you. Careful who you have kids with. Maralee has this kid now. And now she's going to enter another territory that she couldn't have foreseen while she was pregnant. Because had she seen it, she would never have done it. It wouldn't have been worth it. We have to take care of our kids. There are too many children out there, and their parents are not together. And you want them to grow up to be very stable. It starts with us. We have to make sure that the mistake we make doesn't fall on them. So we should not be making these kind of mistakes because the children suffer. They do. The children suffer. And when the children suffer, we slowly die inside and we say, oh, if we could change this, if we could turn this around, we would. But then it's too late. On this channel, I keep on talking about your feelings and what you should do and what you shouldn't do. I try to guide you. I really sincerely try because I've been there. Do you know that I used to date a basketball player in New York? It was magic. It was magic. He's very, very famous. I had just come from London, so I had this accent, plus the accent that I already have. And it was model mania that time, circa 1996, 96, 97, 95, 96, 97. And like I said, it was a phenomenal experience. I had never seen money in such a display. We used to take the helicopter and he would land on the east side. Oh, I've forgotten now. He would land on the east side because there was a landing depot right there. And it was wonderful to see the whole of Manhattan from his place where we would fly all the way into Manhattan to watch concerts and so on and so forth. Till this very day, when I go into a restaurant, I always wonder, where's the other private space? Because we would go in at the back door and you would have this private space where we'd have dinner, have dessert, laugh and everything, have the waiters only for us in this big, beautiful ballroom. And then we'd go right back out. Two of us have gone to the same restaurant with completely different experiences. Money, my God, what wasn't there? Please. Shopping, they closed the stores for us. And I would pick and buy everything I wanted, anything I wanted. But I saw the girls though. I saw them on his phone. I saw them in different cars. I saw them zoom past me as I was zooming out. Was it good to me? Yes. But I knew. Sure, as I'm sitting down here talking to you guys, I knew. And I also know that I would have been a divorcee with maybe 3, 4 kids. I knew. One time, I left and I didn't come back. It's funny because I wasn't mad at him. I just think that it was too much glitz. It was so sparkly, it was so magnetic. It would be difficult and it's a constant battle, and that's why for basketball wives, I salute you. You have to be swatting them away like flies. It's a lot of energy. And I just knew I would not be able to do it. I would not be able to do it. The girls are lining up everywhere. And the money is so intoxicating. If you're not strong-willed, you can sink in that. I had just started, and of course I was coming out from Supermodel of West Africa. I wasn't a big model, but I was making enough for myself also, you know. And after a while, you know, I'm doing my own thing, so. But yeah, very, he's a celebrity. He is. And he liked me and a bunch of other girls too. A basketball team of us. Yes. Fabulous. I told him I loved you too. I did. And I got to meet them. He said, oh, no problem, sort it out. And I got to meet them. Just like that. Bono is such a nice guy. Everybody kind of knows everybody. It's a phone call away. The life is so intoxicating. It's a drug. You have to be careful of what kind of drug you take to. But yes, I'm about the kids. I'm about the children. It's so messy. And it doesn't matter that you take care of them. You're not going to be there all the time. It's hard enough to even be there for your kids all the time. Because you got to work. You got so much to do. How are you going to handle this when you have 3 baby mamas and they're all roughly the same age? This is why, you know, I look back and I say to myself, these girls just are not given a fair shake from the jump. My video, how I met Ula under a week or whatever, I really genuinely was surprised at how many views it got. I really didn't think too much about it. Had I think I would have really put in more images for you and stuff like that. But I really didn't think too much about that video. And when I look at all the comments constantly, oh, he was so nice. Oh, at the end, oh, he made me cry. And this is the norm. I am not lying. I'm telling you, this is the norm. This is how guys should be to you. What happened to all of that? Because we're settling for less and less and less and less until they're throwing crumbs on the table and they're groveling for it. So you don't even know the difference. And it goes from one generation to another generation to another generation. It just goes on and on and on. I want you to take this home with you. Careful with the guys you have children with, money or no money. Very, very careful. It's going to cost you. There's a different kind of price tag at the end. And it's not money. Careful. Khloe, I would stop now. It's entirely up to you. But I will stop now. I will stop now unless you're okay with this. Then that's perfectly fine. But it's so sad for you. I think I speak for myself. I'm just sad for you. I'm just sad for you. You struggled for so long to have a baby. You had a baby, you know, from Tristan. That's fine. Relationships don't work. That's fine. But it's when you are constantly and repeatedly being disrespected like this. It goes from a joke to disbelief to just sad. The comments, Khloe, wow, Khloe, wow. Nobody cares about Tristan. Nobody. But Khloe, wow, because you're the mama to the true, you know. She's going to see all of this. She's going to see all of this. All right, my darlings, do not forget to like, to subscribe, and leave your comments down below. I'll see you in a few, okay? Love you, my darlings. Love you. Mwah.